In a previous video, I showed how we hedged a stock portfolio. We calculated beta using linear regression, and then we hedged our portfolio using the overall market. And in that video, I said it'd be interesting to do this on a crypto portfolio, so that's what we're doing today. It's basically the same code, except I've swapped out, instead of equity stocks, we're using crypto. So if we calculate this and then grab our data here, you can see I've got Bitcoin, Ethereum, US dollar coin, XRP, Doge. I think this is Binance coin. I'm not super familiar with it. We grab the last 2 years of the data, and this is what it looks like. We could add more here, but since I'm using Y Finance, I'm not super familiar with if they've got data on all the different coins, but I know for sure that they have these. Similar to before, we're going to use Bitcoin as our benchmark returns here. And this will be the thing that we hedge with. And then we calculate the rest of our portfolio returns. And then let's visualize that. So we're going to plot our portfolio returns, and then in orange we'll have our benchmark returns here. And you can see that there is an outlier here in the performance in the portfolio, that we might want to look into more deeply if we were taking this more seriously. But for now, it's just a learning exercise, and just out of interest, we just want to see what the effects are. So same as before, we set our x, and we need to build a function that calculates the linear regression and spits out what would be our alpha and beta parameters. And so we set our x and y. X will be our benchmark return values, and the Y will be our portfolio return values. So this is the returns of our portfolio that we have up here, and then X will be our benchmark returns, or our percent change from Bitcoin. And then I've talked about this earlier, but we need to add this constant so that the regression model doesn't force the intercept at 0. Which will skew our results. I'm not super familiar with the math behind that, to be honest, but I was reading that it's important to make X a constant here when you go to fit it. And then when we calculate our alpha and beta, it will tell us what we have here. So our alpha is, what is that, 10 hundred thousandths of a thing here, and then beta is 3.6. Already, this is more interesting to me than our equity stock, where we had negative in our alpha and almost 5 for our beta. And I think it's because you can see here that the returns just on average don't go lower than negative 0.4, whereas in our equity stock, we had this one instance where it went below 0.4. And it looks like it never reached above 0.4, whereas it's kind of the opposite with our port Bitcoin. The outlier is positive 0.8, and it never gets below, maybe it just hits -4 there, but it never gets below that. So it's kind of inverted here, and so maybe that makes sense for why we have this alpha and beta here. And then this is going to calculate the this sort of linear regression and plot it here for our portfolio returns to our Bitcoin US daily returns. And you can see there's a pretty strong linear regression between the two values here, and between the two returns. So certainly the greater the returns of Bitcoin, you'll find greater the returns of your portfolio, which I think is good to see. So now we want to reduce our risk on the portfolio, and we do this by subtracting our unhedged beta that we calculated from our total portfolio returns. So this includes the returns of our Bitcoin plus the portfolio returns that we see, and we make beta negative by setting it to -1, and then we multiply those returns um, here. And then again, we're going to pass through. So actually, let's just see what that looks like. Let's take this. We'll separate it real quick like that. And let's just look at our hedged portfolio returns. So now our hedged returns are for each day in our time series here, we're subtracting out the beta that we had originally calculated here. So that's why it's hedged. All right. Let's clear the selected outputs. And then we're going to pass through and we're going to calculate our new beta using our hedged portfolio return values in our linear regression model here. We're not super interested in alpha anymore because alpha should be, it'll still be X. So when we hedge beta on our portfolio, you can see that we've reduced it from 3.9 to 1.1. And again, the information ratio here is the information ratio is a little, hopefully I can explain this well enough, but let's first define what we're doing or how we calculate the information ratio. We're putting through our portfolio returns and our benchmark returns. The active return is the difference between those two returns, and then the tracking error is the standard deviation of those that difference. And then what we're returning is the average active return, so the average difference divided by that standard deviation. And it's a good way to measure, it's a good way to compare two portfolios against their benchmark. So we're going to compare these two portfolios, one that's hedged and one that's unhedged. And you can see here the hedged information ratio is negative here. And so this has a lower like adjusted return, lower risk adjusted return. That's essentially what we're trying to define here. Trying to define the risk that a portfolio has, and it's adjusted for the returns that it has in that portfolio. So it's a good way to compare two portfolios. So you don't necessarily need to use this information ratio against a hedged versus unhedged portfolio. You could just take two different portfolios with different stocks in them. And if you wanted to calculate the adjusted risk between the two, that's another use case for this as well. And maybe in a future video, that's exactly what I'll do. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this. I think this piece of code here actually works better with the crypto portfolio than it does with our stock equity portfolio. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, safe trading out there, guys. Bye.